Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumps back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we got some news over here on the Japanese side of the game with two new Super Switch legends that are coming to the Japanese version of the game. And I'm actually pretty excited for this one because they are a bunch of Straw Hats. So we are getting two new legends. We are getting a Nami and an Usopp, which you guys can actually see on screen right there. And then if we scroll down here, we're actually getting a Ryoiin and a Jinbe as well. So pretty exciting stuff. Both of these characters do have Super Switch mechanics. Both of them obviously are Straw Hats. And it's kind of like the lead up into New Year's. And it's kind of making us lick our lips and sort of rub our hands together for what is to come moving forward on the Japanese side of the game. And then obviously what will be on the global side of the game, as the sync is in full force over on the global side. So, in today's video, we are going to be going through both the legends. We will be talking about what they do, their super switches, their pirate rumbles. But before we continue, I do want to give a huge shout out to the subreddit Discord. Link will be in the description for you guys. Shout out to Blazing for the translations. Big appreciation there. As always, thank you so much to you guys, what you guys do for the community. Or anyone that translates anyway, so it's a big help. So, let's take a quick look at what the Nami and the Ryoiin do. The Nami and the Usopp do. So the Nami and the Usopp, Nami's getting another dual unit legend, but Usopp's finally getting a V2, I guess. It's taken a while, but he's finally getting a V2. So, their captain ability. So, unfortunately, it just has their dual captain. It doesn't have their, their single captains, and obviously we can sort of stereotype and say that it's basically just a nerfed version of their captains, right? So their dual captain boosts attack of cerebral, shooter, and free spirit characters by 4.25, HP by 1.3, boosts the attack against delayed enemies by an additional 1.2 times, and has a chance to delay all enemies by 1 turn, based on the damage dealt in the previous turn. At the beginning of each stage, increases the attack timer of all enemies by 1 turn. You get a 20% chance to delay at 100,000, 50% at 1 mil, 100% at 3 mil, and 100% through delay immunity or debuff protection at 5 million. So basically what this captain ability is, it's very reminiscent to Katakuri V1 and Basil Hawkins. Now, it screams Basil Hawkins to me, not only because it adds 1 extra timer to the hit counter, but the multipliers are quite low. Looking at a 4.25 captain multiplier in a dual form when we got 5 times captains running around is very, very low. So this particular unit, probably not going to see too much play as a captain, but shout out to my boy Kruby, he does some crazy things with Hawkins, so it's nice to see that Hawkins has finally been replaced. In saying that too though, if you do get this delay off, you do get this extra 1.2 times damage, which does multiply into the 4.25. So that's a quite a nice chunky bit of damage there. Someone crunch the numbers for me, let me know in the comment section what that actually is. But basically you times 4.25 by 1.2. You don't just add it on top of it. It's not how it works. You get HP 1.3, which is nice, and then cerebral, shooters, and free spirit. So what this kind of means to me is I have the assumption that Nami is probably a cerebral free spirit unit, and then Usopp is going to be shooter free spirit. Not too bad. Look, the captain ability is very unique. It is nice to see that they are doing this stuff, but to me, this is screaming that they're going to be more used as a sub. Their special. Let's take a look at their special and their sailor abilities, right? So their special paralyzes all enemies for 5 turns, which has a 75% chance to stop any action, delays all enemies for 2 turns, reduces paralysis and special bind by 6 turns, boosts color affinity of cerebral and shooter characters by 2.25. Weird that it doesn't have free spirit there. By 2.25 for 1 turn, becomes Nami and Usopp for 3 turns, and at the time the special is activated, increases delay conditional by 0.3. Interesting. Interesting special. New mechanic, which is always nice to see. Okay, click, please. Paralyzing the enemy for 5 turns is actually pretty cool. So it does sound like a bit of a nerfed version of Boa's ability, the Mero ability. And it'd be interesting to see if this goes through full immunity. It doesn't state that it goes through full immunity, so I'm going to assume that it doesn't. Delaying all enemies by 2 turns is nice. Reducing paralysis and special bind is a pretty good utility. But the combination, you don't really see that much. Color affinity in units is not overly amazing, to be honest. 2.25 is nice, but it's for cerebral and shooter characters. If it had free spirit in there, awesome. But I mean, we just did get Koala, so I understand why we don't. So, interesting there. This 0.3 will make a little bit of sense when we look at their switch abilities, though. So, their special to me is a bit wonky, honestly. I mean, this is just on paper. You got to remember that. The character may be a lot better in play than what we do see here. But just reading this 5 turns of paralysis, if that doesn't go through full immunity, we're kind of cucked there. And then delaying all enemies for 2 turns. If there is full immunity, you're cucked. And if you get both of them off, you're like basically only looking at 3 turns for the paralysis anyway. So kind of annoying there. And if you can't get delay off with this unit, you are losing a lot of the damage. So like you're losing this 1.2 up here. And then you're also losing the conditional boost, which we will talk about in a second. But if you can delay, this character is going to be great. 75 base attack to all HP to all characters, and makes tandem orbs beneficial to all units. That's pretty cool. Tandem orbs beneficial to all just because it's nice. But this is the big one. So this is their swap ability and their super swap. So let's talk about their swap first. Their swap changes own orb into matching, completely removes special bind on themselves, which is good because then they have the special to remove special bind. That's a great little touch. Reduces blind and despair by 1 turn, and then boost attack against delayed enemies by 1.5. Not bad. Not bad. Blind and despair removal. Special bind removal. Special to remove special bind. Very, very nice. The switch ability is great. And because they can be their own self-proccing conditional boost with the 1.5, as well as then having this in their kit, like, it is kind of nice. Like, but hitting 5 mil is going to be a little bit tricky with this unit because they have such a low multiplier. But for the fodder stages, like, it's going to be a little bit easier. Something to note too, that this increased the attack of timer of all enemies is not a delay. If it's the same as Hawkins, it's not a delay. It actually turns it into a 2. It doesn't give you the delay. So therefore, it's not like you always have this for like 1.2 conditional because you get this. It's not how it works. Well, from what we have in the game already, it's not how it works. Maybe different. I'm just reading what's on paper. But going off what we have, that's not how it works. So, in saying that, this is only going to be viable after you get the delay. Which you can do, like on a burst turn, and then like you switch with them. And if you can actually get this off, it's going to be really, really nice. Because they not only change their own orb with their super their super swap, but they change adjacent orbs. They completely remove special one of themselves, and they do 2 turns of bind and despair removal. That's really nice. 2 turns of bind and despair removal is awesome. Really, really good. The downside is because it's blind, if they get blinded, you can't switch with them, which kind of sucks. But then there are 2 times conditional boost against delayed. So you can actually turn that 2 times into a 2.3 on top of their like 4.25 times 1.2, which is like, I think it's something like just over 5 times multiplier if the enemy's delayed. So, like, these guys will be able to do some serious numbers, provided you can get this delay off, right? Provided you can get this off, provided you can get this off, and then use their special for this. So, they're an interesting unit. Not my playstyle, but interesting unit nonetheless. Their Pirate Festival abilities is they do 2.5 attack to all enemies in a large sideways range, 80% chance to paralyze, which is kind of cerebral crit rate. Okay, weird. Cerebral crit rate. Cerebral, so they're going back to the class meta. Why didn't they make Croc cerebral? Like, in Rumble, why? Cerebral HP up level 5, crit rate up level 6, strength, psi, defense up level 3. Okay, so that means that they're probably going to be a psi and a... I can't really see by this picture. It looks like they're psi and strength in terms of their colors. Usopp seems to be strength, Nami seems to be psi, I guess. Cool. So that's the Nami and the Usopp. They're a pretty interesting unit. Not the be all or end all, but I will sort of give my thoughts and opinions at the end of the video for you guys. Let's move on to the next character, and this is the one that I'm a little bit more hyped for. And when I say a little bit more hyped for, I'm a lot more hyped for this particular character. Robin and Jinbe. Let's go. Let's go. We have a lot of Robin fans out there. Look, to me, I'm a big Nami fan. Like, I love my girl Nami, but I gotta give my boy Jinbe some love. I'm a big Jinbe man. I love the big fella. He's a good egg. Representing the Fishman tribe. Like, absolute weapon. Good on you, Mr. Jinbe. Robin, everyone loves Robin, let's be real. So, their dual captain ability, if we scroll down here, is very interesting, to say the least. They boost attack of fighters and cerebrals by 5 times. Thank you, 5 times captain, always nice. 1.5 HP, that's a lot of HP. And recovery by 1.3. So, what this is telling me is, like, Robin will be, like, a fighter cerebral captain. Jinbe will be fighter cerebral. And then, like, Robin will have, like, recovery. Jinbe will have HP. That's what I'm kind of getting. Maybe Jinbe gives int orbs. Robin gives dex orbs because they both give dex and int orbs beneficial to fighters and cerebrals as their captain. Dual captain. And then they reduce damage by 10%. And then at the start of the adventure, Reduce damage received by 10,000 for 60% for 99 turns. Now, I have no idea how this is going to work because this is their dual form. So, like, if they have that built into their kit, like their regular forms, like, that is absolutely busted to me. Like, absolutely insane. To get 10% damage reduction and then to get 60%, like, over 10,000 for 99 turns. What? What? It's a bit ambiguous how this is going to work, to be honest. Like, does it mean when you use the special, does it proc then? How is that going to work? If it's built into their dual, like into their single forms, we don't know. But if it is built into their forms, like into their single forms, that just makes them infinitely better in my eyes, like infinitely better. But looking at the Jinbe and the Robin, Jinbe seems to be Int, Robin seems to be Dex, which is actually pretty interesting. They're special. They're special. I hope, honestly, buckle yourself in for this one, guys, because this is insane. They reduce 6 turns of threshold and percent damage reduction, which is good, because, like, regular Jinbe does defense up, and it's nice. Reduces threshold and damage reduction by 6 turns, attack down by 6 turns, and reduces all special cooldown of all characters by 2 turns. 2 turns of cooldown. With utility. What? Adds 1,000 base attack to all characters for 1 turn and becomes Robin and Jinbe for 3 turns. 1,000 base attack unconditional. What? I don't know if you guys have been following much of the JP stuff, if you guys have used Whitebeard and Shanks on Global, you guys have used something like Lucci, if you've used something like Dofi, and you've gotten this base attack. The base attack is massive. Like, massive. Disgustingly massive. To all characters. Thing is, as well, Robin's cerebral, and if you use Robin and Jinbe under Croc, you are going to get, like, a lot of damage. Like, you are going to get a lot of damage. Sorry, my phone's buzzing, so I do apologize about the buzzing. A lot of damage. Robin triggers Croc's super class as well, so this unit, I'm hyped for this unit. I'm real hyped for this unit. That special is absolutely busted. 2 turns of cooldown, some utility with attack down, damage reduction, threshold removal, base attack, offense, defense, utility. And then if you can use them as a captain, like, what is that? Bruh. So, their Sailor, 75% base attack and HP to all characters, restores own special rewind when it's completely rewinded. Excellent that they have this. Really, really nice to see. Do they have Fear? They have Shipbind. Missed opportunity to give them Fear. What limit break does Nami and Usopp have? Nami and Usopp have Barrier Pen, Slotbind, and Recovery Down Removal, which is pretty nice. The Jinbe, yeah, Shipbind, Pinch Healing, and Enrage, which is kind of interesting. Their swap ability. As I mentioned, they are super swap characters. They change adjacent orbs into matching and reduces damage by 15%. Pretty stock standard. Nothing too flash. But if you guys have used something like Bardo Cavendish, if you've used something like Don Krieg and Jin, damage reduction is always nice. And then getting adjacent orbs matching as well is awesome. You can put them on the other side of Shanks Crew because Shanks Crew is cerebral. That way you've got damage reduction and attack in the same, like... This character, man. This character. I'm a big fan of this character. They're super swap after 5 swaps, so not 4, which is a little bit more lengthy, but look, it is what it is. Changes all orbs into matching, which is awesome. Reduces damage received by 70% for 1 turn. And recovers 3,000 HP. 70%! Like, that's so good. Like, you don't need to bring anyone for damage reduction. Like, you just bring these guys. And it doesn't trigger interrupts. If you guys have seen Whitebeard's versatility, you'll understand how, like, good this is. Like, but in a super swap, like, that's so nice. Like, so nice. So this character's awesome. I'm a big fan of this character. Their Pirate Rumble special is they give guard up level 5 to fighters, target lock themselves for 25 seconds, and puts counter state, very similar to what Wano Law, the Onigashima Law has. Not Wano Law, Onigashima Law. And their ability is defense up level 4, attack up level 5, dex and in HP level 5, up level 5. So they cross between, like, fighters and... Dex and in character. So interesting unit in my eyes. The Jinbe and the Robin on paper to me seem a lot better. But I have seen in the past where I have thought a character's better on paper, and then like the other characters just been like way better. So Nami and Usopp, they do have a lot going for them. They do have a lot of intricacy. They do have a lot of interesting mechanics. But the sort of power that Robin and Jinbe can sort of provide, and their defensive capabilities, like, it's just going to be absolutely wild. What I do want to say is this to me right now, fighters, free spirits. To me, it screams a new Luffy. It's screaming a new Luffy coming somewhere down the line. And all these Straw Hats starting to come out after all of this Luffy stuff, the versing Luffy situation that we've had on the Japanese side of the game. I see you, Bandai. It's looking like a new Luffy's coming somewhere, but no, I've only been saying, shout out to my boy Papi as well. We've only been saying for like the last 2 months that, well, not 2 months, the last month since Superclass got announced, Superclass Free Spirit Luffy, he may be coming. He may be coming. But that's just my prediction. I'm sticking with it. Hopefully we do see that. Or look, whatever New Year's comes, I'm sure it'll be absolutely amazing anyway. But let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below of these 2 new units. Let me know who you like more, Robin and Jinbe or Nami and Usopp. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on their abilities, their specials, what you guys think. So I'd love to have a discussion with you guys in the description below. In the comment section below. In the description will be the Discord as well. If you want to head over there, we'll be doing a bit of discussion in the Discord as well. So don't be afraid to click on the link and head over there. But if you haven't done so already, guys, make sure to belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit that big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!